Addison Street. In 1997, Environment Waikato made the new rules that came into place about fencing the drains so that all the nutrients on farms didn't run down the stream into the river. There was a notice in the paper to meet at the end of Addison Street. I went to the end of Addison Street and there was no one there. I walked over 3 paddocks and found 20 people, and we planted the first corner of Addison Street. In 1998 we did another planting. Brian had been in contact and about 20 or so people came to that planting, but they had 7,000 trees, and no way were we going to plant 7,000 trees in one day. We planted and planted and planted. In the middle of the day, the council cars arrived. 2 carloads of people came to watch what we were doing. They watched and then they went away. We had many school groups come in the planting session. Sometimes they would come with a worksheet and we'd have to answer questions, and they would plant 1 or 2 trees each and then check out the rest of the trees to find out what they knew. We would spray, we would weed, we would prune, but the main person was Mr. Jim Bennett, who lived at the top of the bank on Heman Street. He would work every morning of the week for 3 hours, and he would pull out all the privet, the gorse, the blackberry, all the young stuff that came up. It was his daily working in there that cleared the middle area. He was the guardian of Addison Street. Runners used the track constantly. Dog walkers used the track through there. And the stream. The dogs loved the stream. There's many birds. We have food for the birds. We planted trees so that there would be food for the birds. The Prosma robusta and the kowhai flowers and the flax flowers. Kiruru can be heard and seen. Tuis and even kaka have been spotted. On the right hand side, down to the end, we spent many days planting. The PD helped and they mulched the trees. Across the river, one of the big gum trees fell down, and children are using that as a crossing. Just imagine it, crossing a stream 20 foot up off the ground. St. Peter's School and Brian organising the clearing of the bank where concrete had been dumped. Loads and loads of concrete over the years had been dumped on that bank. They cleared it up and built a weir in the corner of 2 drains. And one came from the rugby ground and one came from the farm. They spent 2 days there building this weir. The first storm after the weir filled the swimming pool with silt, so that now the water runs clean over the top of the rock weir. The children in summertime loved the stream. The second bridge was not built till about the year 2000. These boys thought it would be great fun to build a BMX track, and they dug out the earth and humped it up like a real BMX track. It wasn't until we got the police onto them that they went away, but it's still there. The trees now are growing so big they form an archway over the tracks. We've planted many varieties of trees, from Totra and Tarata, Kauri, Chitoki, Kawakawa, Kahikatea, Nero, cabbage trees, Matai, Kokeka, and now the trees have grown so tall you can see under them completely, right across underneath, and the totras are reseeding. On the left-hand side of the gate there was a slip on the riverbank. The council had to come back and move the fence. This we planted so to prevent the earth from slipping further. And we have 4 entrances into the Addison Street planting. There's one entrance comes down from the Leamington Cemetery. One entrance comes down from Upper Kingsley Street. And the third entrance comes in from opposite house number 105, Lower Kingsley Street. Those 3 tracks are fairly steep and not very wide. They are the first tracks that the Tree Trust built. There is a picnic table by the stream, and when there's a lot of rain, down from the rugby club comes lots of water that washes out the side of the stream.